We have Patrick Downey of Orezone presenting, and one company, of course, I'm excited about. I'm a shareholder, and fun fact, I actually bought the stock during one of our last SF Online session, and lots has happened since you were last on. So I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, so I'll get right into it here since I wasted a bit of time trying to share a screen. All right, so look, we are fully funded to production now. It's been a great financing package, very, very light covenants, great terms. So for a junior, we're really excited about that. We expect to close all that paperwork here in Q1, and that'll be on the go. We've raised, obviously, the equity, so everything's moving fast. In fact, we ordered the ball mill this week. It was under budget from what the feasibility said, which was published 2 years ago. So that's great news for us. Things are trending all in the right direction. Mining contract, as you can see from these photographs, has started. So we'll be mining the OCR first, which is the water storage reservoir, which is something we have to do to operate the plant. We did announce a 7.15 million silver stream with Euro Resources. That really came out of the hat. We have no silver assays really on the project. There's no 43101. But there was enough data that we could put together something that showed there would be silver recovered. And Euro Resources, which are a group out of France, 90% owned by AMCO. So they know the project, they know the team, so they were comfortable with that. So that will allow us to explore during exploration. And we've got a lot to do there. So I'm very excited about that. Obviously, RCF is a big shareholder. Other big shareholders include Equinox, VanEck. So we've got lots of big, supportive shareholders, highly leveraged to gold, as we all know. And I think the exploration will continue to show that, Kai. It's really, really exciting what we think we can do here. And we've got a strong track record of building the projects on time, on budget, and delivering value to the shareholders, of which we are large ones. Great place to do business. 15 mines built. The last one was Sanbrado right beside us. They give an update this week. So they're looking at a 200,000 ounce plus a year for the next 10 years. Very exciting. Between the two of us, we own all the land in the area. So we do control around 10 million ounces of M&I in that one single area. It would be a staking rush if it was anywhere else. We're ideally located 90 minutes from the capital. In fact, less than 90. New highway has just been built. We're about an hour and 15 from the capital now. Very safe jurisdiction, or safe part of Burkina. And so security, logistics, etc., very simple for us. So, and we have no problem attracting key workers to this project because of its location. Simple, open pit, no pre-stripping. No drill and blast at the start, all free dig. We're only grinding 20% of it, so low power cost, although we will be announcing our power supply contract here for the life of mine. Doing the financing with a local bank has given us a lot of political credit here in the country, and that is going to allow us to announce a life of mine power supply contract at very, very competitive rates, which will also add to the project economics. We selected Lyco beginning of the year. Lycopodium, they have delivered projects on time, on budget, particularly in Burkina. You've looked at Hyundai, Bisa, Sanbrado, all in Burkina, all delivered by Lycopodium, all ahead of schedule and under budget. One other key thing, the projects that they build, they work and they get up to full tonnage fast. And there's project guarantees here with Lycopodium. But we expect to be at full tonnage, full throughput within a month of declaring commercial production. So it should be very, very fast economics, quick cash flow here. At $1,300 gold, $100 million free cash flow in year one. We did the debt package where it's split in two, the senior debt. The first year we pay off 30 million. And why do we want to do that? Number one, we can. And number two, it gives us total flexibility on the sulphide expansion in the following years. Right now we're planning 2.2 million tons per annum. But if this drilling is successful, we could very well increase that to up to 4 million tons per annum, which would make this another 200,000 ounce a year producer right beside Sanbrado. And why do we see this? we have done the resources at $1,400 gold, but really even at $1,250, the pits that we're looking at would go down to significantly more depth. Most of the pits are 50 to 90 meters in the sulfides, very, very shallow, simply because the previous management stopped drilling the sulfides when they were focusing on a heap leach. They weren't focusing on the sulfides. So they're wide open and they're still shallow. So lots of exploration upside to add tons and grade to this project. And we did design the process plant for expandability. You know, the oxide can be expanded by the addition of 2 tanks in the leach circuit or the CIL circuit. And you can see this, the sulfide plant, there's space there for 4 more tanks and a ball mill. So for an extra approximately $40 million, we can take this 2.2 million tons per annum sulfide circuit to 4 million tons per annum, thereby going to 7 million tons per annum minimum on the project. So great upside, you know, and it's all built out of cash flow. So, you know, no more shares to be issued, and we're looking at organic growth right away. And why do we see this? This is where we would be spending the money that we raised through the silver stream. The extension drilling in the north, that oval circle in the north, that's oxides. That's simply filling in where we did not have access because of village infrastructure. I'm really excited about P16, P17. This looks like a very open system, high grade, shallow. If you look at West Africa, they own Tuega to the directly due south of us by 14 kilometers, and it looks exactly the same type of system. It is a granodiorite unit. It's plunging at 22. It's folded. That's what we are here as well, wide open. And then these oval circles in the sulfides, we'll be expanding these. Highly selective. This is where the best grade is, sort of 1.25 to 1.35 grams per ton, but wide open and shallow. And then oxides, lots of oxides that will be explored later on in the life of the mine. So P17, this is the reserve pit. So around 2.1 grams per ton reserves. You can see the drilling right outside of that reserve pit. You can see the grades. The only reason it's not in the pit, it's still in inferred. And to the north, P17 was drilled historically, and they didn't really understand what it was, because it didn't look like the main shear zone. Now that we know what P17 looks like, this is exactly the same. Very shallow drilling, but again, look at the grades that we've been hitting up there. So wide open between P17 pit and P17 to the north. P16 is a similar system, and it's trending up to P17 in the north. So this whole system is wide open and good grade shallow. These targets here, you see lots of little pits in here. The reason for that is this is where the villages were located. We couldn't go under people's kitchens or bathrooms and say, excuse me, would you mind if we continue drilling here? We had to wait till all the villages were relocated. That's done now. So this whole area is now open for exploration for us. So we expect all these pits to join in as one single pit. An example of that would be the OCR, which is we're about to start mining right now. We're doing the pre-stripping. That was a village on that one as well. That's all relocated. And we had about 3 million tons of reserves in there, around 6 million tons of waste. I would think with the infill drilling that we've done now that we've removed all of the villages, it's probably gone to 4+ million tons of reserves and maybe 5 million tons of waste. So very positive reconciliation on that drilling. And we expect the same. This is cheap, simple, fast drilling that we will do over the next number of months. The sulfide expansions beneath the pits, these are the outlines, sort of cartoonish outlines of the pits. These are the zones that are beneath it that are inferred. The reason they're inferred is they're drilled at 100 by 50 meter centers. We need 50 by 50 at a minimum for indicated, and 25 by 25 for measured. So these are sitting right beneath the pits, wide open, thick, good grade, maga, really juicy target here right beneath the pit. That pit's around 80 meters depth. And you can see Siga East, the pits here in the sulfides are only down to about 35, 40 meters, wide open zones beneath them. So we will start infill drilling. We've got lots of historical drill results from that, and they indicate that these zones are wide open, are the same as the measured indicated above them. So we expect to add a lot of tons and grade here over the next little while. Our budget for this year for exploration, about 1.2 million, and in 2022, $2.5 million roughly. It's shallow drilling. We own our own rig, so it should go fairly fast. Great community support that was seen in the RAP. We moved over 3,000 people. It was done really smoothly, very, very strong support for the project. Lots of community programs ongoing. We've hired a lot of people locally for the project already. We will continue to do that. We are training people to be ready for operations here in the next 18 months. So a lot of ongoing programs here on the project itself. These are the villages we built. I think we've now set the standard for what RAP should look like. These are not villages that are built on top of each other. They're well spread out. Families and groups stay together. I think both the banks and the government have been highly praiseworthy of what we've done here and how we've done it and how quickly the RAP happened with a minimum of fuss. So we're very proud of that. And I think that, as you can see, these are really, really well set out locations for the people to move to. And they're only a couple of kilometers from the mine itself. I met with the president on my last visit in January and February. Again, he's very excited about the project. It's in his area. It's his local area where he came from. Again, he's looking at the project debt financing that it came out of Burkina. They're hoping that this is going to be a model for the future for development in the country and in the region. And local school here, you know, it's very hard. You will see happy pupils in North American schools, but that's what you do see in West Africa. So lots of opportunity here. We're still trading around 0.38 NAV. If you really look at, forget the price of gold, just keep gold where it is today. As we develop this project, we should see an easy double here. And some cases, potentially a treble as we move up through the development curve, where we show that we're building it on time, on budget. We'll have lots of news out in that regard. We will also, very unusually for a junior building a project, we will also have a lot of exploration drill results coming out at the same time. So there will be a twofold news flow here. We're excited about both. The team's in place now. We're ready to go. We'll have our, as I said, we've ordered a mill. We'll sign our power contract here in the next few days, and we'll start major earthworks in about 4 weeks. So lots happening in the next 12 months, 18 months. We expect to see that share price appreciate during that time. If we do it right, that's what should happen, at least 125% appreciation. You know, never mind the price of gold, just purely by delivering. Strong coverage in the market, and we expect more of that. And obviously very, very strong and loyal shareholders with the company. So pre-production mining commenced. We'll award the power contract. We will be doing exploration drilling, a resource update in Q2. Do not forget about that. Then expansion potential from those drill results with first gold in Q3 2022.
Fantastic. Paddy, I got to jump in here, unfortunately.
Okay, good.
But I know there's been a lot of questions. The chat has been really active. A lot of questions about your drill program, how much you're spending this year. So if you have any further questions for Paddy, please use the chat function.